what we've done is we've taken historical pictures of both the police and fire departments that we've found over the years and tried to go somewhat in order by their dates until we get to a certain point where the police department and fire departments, the city merged those into the Department of Public Safety. So the further we get down the hall, at one point we come into everything is public safety. The oldest pictures we have on the police side are around 1890s that we've found that we can identify, and we go back into the late 1800s, early 1900s on the fire department side. And the city fire department did not come into existence until 1920. However, there were 4 volunteer departments prior to that. Those departments were the Young America, the Elliott Hook and Ladder, the East End Hose and Reel Company, and the Phoenix Fire Company. The Young America was the first, was founded in 1855. Pretty much as a result of 1854, there was a major downtown fire in Orangeburg. So there was a need for a fire service, or an organized fire service. So the Young America was founded in 1854. A few years later, they purchased the first steam engine that was used in the city of Orangeburg. They were a pretty progressive group as far as they had the first steam engine. A few years later, in 1915, they ended up with the first motorized apparatus in the city. In 1920, the city merged the 4 volunteer departments into one department, and the first fire chief, George Herman Fisher, in 1920 became the first chief of the city of Orangeburg, who had previously been an officer with the Young America.
There's been, through your research, there's been an article or your research has uncovered that around 1900, give or take, what was the means of alerting, one means of alerting for a fire?
City Hall that was located, the previous building that was City Hall. I'm not sure if it was the first City Hall, but in the same spot that City Hall now is, there was a white wood frame building that had a belfry on top. And from what we found is the first person that would notice a fire in town would fire 3 shots from his pistol to notify everyone in town that there was a fire. The first available person would then run to the belfry at Town Hall and start ringing the bell to notify all the firemen to come into town, because at that time it was volunteer, so they had to be notified.
And that was basically 911.
That was the early 911.
Good deal.
In 1897, we discovered that J.D. Christian Wolf, one of the police officers for the city of Orangeburg, was actually shot and killed in the line of duty, and it was unknown to us that had happened. He and another officer, an Officer Lightfoot, went to serve a warrant outside of the city, and when they got there, the gentleman at point blank range shot him. The gentleman, John Butler, was eventually captured, tried, and was executed for the crime.